All right. Quite the mountain. Close to Mount Everest, I'd say. The tallest of them all. Bestia, 11-1. Doesn't get much better for that than that for a first half in your elimination series.
Yeah, one pistol round. That's all that they need. And even if they don't get it, they'll have plenty of opportunities to run away with Ascension. And this is the map pick of YP, as you just pointed out, Pavlos. So, a bit of a scuffed situation. I guess you could describe it as being stuck between a rock and a hard place, and a train, and an airplane right on top of you. The push comes in. ZMB with a nice opener, making a double. All right, there goes the IGL topping away. Maybe there's a bit of a highlight cooking up.
Well, with Buddha able to shut down Leo Monster, no longer the lurk in play. 2 players in ramp joining in. But Allison landing that headshot has made this ever so difficult for Buddha.
He's an ace clutch.
Won't be happening this time. ZMB puts him to his sleep. Tucked away with a blanket of lead. And that shall be LP's second round.
That's a good sequence out of ZMB. One of the most important things about this team so far has been that it feels like the good performance of the team has been very intertwined with the decent individual play out of ZMB, right? Him having a good day most of the time reflects onto the team playing much better as a frag in IGL. So him getting fired up, as he was on 1 kill at halftime, now he's on 5, could actually help LYP to look towards a bit of a resurgence throughout the series. And again, it is important how you lose a map, right? Especially if it's on the back of just one dominant half. If now they get a good CT side, they get up to 7-8 rounds, and then they lose it, it's fine. You can just say we had massive issues on the T side, but we're good.
The amount of margin, the double T's.
Careful now.
Are making them sweat. Allison just missed an opportunity to get a pick.
Oh.
He'll get the win. He'll get the kill.
Yeah, but now they're behind him.
Oh,
and they can get the refrag.
Me. Oh, boy.
You didn't realize that Buddha's running back to T-spawn, which means that probably his teammates are going to come back from A as well. He stayed hyper-fixated on Buddha himself.
Yep. It's called tunnel vision. And Allison just fell victim to it.
Now, the bomb is going B. If Cassin is passed and Tomajan is allowed to fake and make some noise, and Leo Monster gives away his position, that's a very good position out of Cassin. Tomajan just needs to get into a fight. Doesn't matter if he wins it, if he loses it. Leo's probably going to make a move. That's great.
Big Molly. Now we'll move.
Oh my goodness.
And there is Cassin to surprise him over to this B site. Tomajan is staying silent. Doesn't realize his opponent was lying in wait. Well, we have a 1v1 in our hands. Both Cassin and Hap, 2 kills per piece.
And this is great out of Cassin. He's just going to push towards the other side of the square. He's not going to see anything. And soon enough, you'll realize Hap must be coming in from either cave or the ramp.
Perfect position for the bomb plant as well, wide into the open.
No defuse kit.
Novice, great. But that opportunity is missed. Hap is able to win the 1v1. Very nicely done by him to stay quiet and fake the defuse. One smoke basically saved him in the clutch.
Yeah, that was very good out of Hap. Textbook clutch. But still, a nice attempt out of Bestia. That was such a weird situation with Allison going down, with Tomajan throwing a Molotov, and then Cassin getting the kill. Imagine what was going through Leo Monster's head, by the way. He was like, what the hell are you doing there with the bomb? Your teammate is throwing utility on the A bomb side, and you're just sat here in front of B with the C4.
Another force buy from Bestia.
Yeah, I mean, they did get the bomb planted in 4 kills, right? So you want to close it out here and now.
If they get given the opportunity, that is. Natro trades his life over. Bomb left behind. No clear intention just yet from Bestia. They just want to claim space.
Yeah, but these are the rifles that they can pick up in towards middle as well, right? You get those 2 kills. ZMB's going to be left all alone in towards the cave. The only thing you have to do right now on the T side is not overextend, right? Allow the util to fade away. See if the CTs are going to group up and push something. And if they don't do that, then you group up and you just walk into a bomb site, try and refrag efficiently. That should be enough for 12 rounds.
They're still will end up on B, but a 4v2 should still be manageable. And we're making noise. Lazy swing to the left-hand side. There's information. Allison now needs his attention split to 2 areas. Margin shuts down ZMB's life. Now they know of Allison's location. Molly, that's going to delay the plant and allow Divine to close in. Allison is doing so damn much, putting his team on his back. Casson, second attempt at a clutch.
Oh, he's moved towards the back of blue. This is massive. Divine is not going to spot him out.
Right into the corner, and he has to stay quiet. That's all he needs to do, and not budge. Oh, but he's moved. And Divine wasn't looking at him at that moment. Casson getting the better timing. This time, successful as the last man standing for Bestia.
Yeah, that was a great clutch shot of Casson. The way that he isolates the fight, chases down Allison. Important kill out of Tomajan in towards the cave. Allison once again trying to bring in the impact, but Casson able to catch him up. And after the fact, getting spotted in towards the cave, repositioning, using the smoke for cover to go towards the back of blue. The Oper was never going to be ready for a maneuver like this. Bestia should be able to close that out from here on out. And this is going to be their best opportunity. Look at the buy for LYP.
It's bleak. But they do have HEs. And with those HEs, they'll take it a step further, try and aggress. Not quite sure if an upgrade has been found through the process here, but a pick is a pick. Always feels weird saying that word when I know what it means in Dutch.
I do not know what it means in Dutch.
It's not broadcast safe.
Oh. Well. We move. Allison. Timing is not that bad. Nacho's able to get the kill, but there's a lot of low HP players on that T side, so this is still a little bit terrifying now for Bestia. And the pistols are picking them apart, so this might not quite be it for Ancient.
Allison's presence is just scary. It's intimidating. And Hap does great work from that distance on the 5-7. It looks like LP have some extra life in them, not willing to go down without a fight.
Yeah, they are putting up a good shift here, and we talked about it. From a mental point of view, this is important for a team, right? At least try and tire Bestia out a little bit. Make them work for this. You don't want Bestia to feel like they just went into the server and just rolled you over without feeling any resistance, right? Okay. Especially going into Dust 2.
Did CMB disconnect?
No,
Timo,
that was Timo.
Timo got a 1D. Ah, yep. Right. Just didn't appear on the kill feed. Mid-fight, which Hap ends up winning. The A-side push from Bestia continues. They don't have a bomb with them, though. They're just running in to see what they can find.
They don't seem to realize that Casson is here. He could get a knife kill. Casson, he's on your left, buddy.
No.
He could get a knife kill, or
he was thinking about it.
Yeah. You know what? I would have respected it. I would have given him enough money for an AWP.
True.
Might have been worth it.
His opponent did start to move, and he got spooked, so I don't blame him for pulling the trigger either.
Nah, he's not winning the round either way. I blame him.
Oh, okay.
He should have.
Okay, Dad, okay. We get it.
You know what? You're 12-4 up. You're in a 1v4 with a Glock. If you get the kill, it doesn't really change anything. But if you get the knife...
a knife kill is a canon event? Let's ignore that thought. 80k gear, there's a giveaway going on. Go, 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 because you missed the chance once the banner disappears. But Bestia are aggressing. This time, unrelenting push from Tomajan. Pass red already. Haps seems to have the hunch that this could happen. But I think Tomajan's just happy to hold that angle. Divine misses the first shot. Tomajan, as soon as Hap is revealed on his screen, ends up with yet another kill. With the bomb going down, Bestia have a big lead in the round.
Look at Allison. They're not going to be ready for this position. They think that Tomajan has got middle under cover. Bud actually cleared it out, but he missed the timing.
which means Alison's going to play the trigger discipline game, get a little bit closer as much as possible to give time for his teammates to come in. 3v3, and Tamarjan continues the lurk. This time, it's his turn to surprise his opponent. CMB takes a little bit of damage. Tamarjan is here to put even more pressure. Allison didn't realize his head was visible across the box, traded back, but time is of essence, and they are just running out of it. BESTIA get the match locked in their pockets. 13-5 is the score, and finally get across the line.
That was probably, without a doubt, actually, not even probably, the best performance we've seen out of BESTIA on a single map of Counter-Strike since the start of this one, right? An 11-1 CT side on Ancient, and it felt like it was a map that could have been a 13-0 in their favor. Everything was working out, spams through the smokes, running through, clutches going their way. Casson, he didn't die up until round 10. Which is absolutely mental. When you're looking at the kills, Tamarjan dropping 22, Buddha, Casson, all of them having a great performance on the server. LYP in shambles on this map. They barely got 3 opening kills over the course of this entire map of Counter-Strike. It was a very tough one.
Yeah, it was. I mean, look, it all just was because of the streak at the start. I feel like LYP at some point started to get relevant and started to shoot back. You know, the individuals we were talking about that had to do a lot of damage, like Allison, only started to warm up towards the end. It's good that they now are warmed up and may have an impact in Dust 2, but you're now walking into BESTIA's territories. This is their go-to. This is their bread and butter. So it's not going to be an easy time.
No, not really. I still feel like the Dust 2 of LYP is not too bad. Just a couple of days ago, well, I say a couple of days ago, now a couple of weeks ago, they took down Pain on Dust 2, and I've seen a couple of other good maps from them when it comes down to Dust, but I still feel like it's going to be difficult. They need a big change mentally, in-game wise, outside of the server. They just need to be an entirely new team going into that second map, or they might be saying goodbye to their chances of making it into the StarSeries Season 20, folks. We're going to see you right after the break to see if BESTIA will be able to close it out in a clean 2-0 fashion.
built a legacy that defined generations. But history only remembers those who survive what comes next.
Okay, that's some resistance. Okay, maybe you can. Eating my words as
Faster.
It's bullets.
More brutal. Unforgiving. Season 20 is here. Write your name in gold.
BESTIA lead their series at 1-0 against LYP. A difficult game for them on Ancient, but for BESTIA, straight, just the walk in the park. Just moving one foot in front of the other and going where they needed to go. Now, having Dust 2 their own map pick to look forward to, and they're absolute demons on that map. It's hard to imagine that LYP have an easy way back in.
Yeah, that was it was a bit of a weird first map, I think. At this point, we were just accustomed to seeing a lot of competitive Counter-Strike. So when two teams joined the server that both have shown us good and bad sides, and I feel like especially with LP's great performance yesterday against MIBR, we were expecting them to put up a very good fight against BESTIA. And the fact that they went on to Ancient, where yesterday they dominated MIBR and they themselves got dominated, is a little bit concerning. One of the reasons why it's concerning is because now they've been dominated in back-to-back maps, right? Because yesterday they got only 2 rounds against MIBR on Nuke, and now they couldn't really get into that Ancient either. So going into Dust 2, BESTIA have a great opportunity here, Pavlos. All they need to do, I know it sounds very easy, it's a lot easier said than done, is just do the same that they did on Ancient, right? Things were working out great for them individually. They were locked in, they were as sharp as it gets. Every single timing, every single spam through the smoke, things were just aligning for them, right? And going into Dust 2, they just need to try and, you know, stay around the same level that we usually see out of them on this map. The mental game is heavily against LYP right now, and I'm low-key interested to see how much they would be able to change between the first map and the second map, because I do feel like towards the end we did see a minor resurgence, but it never reached the level where they probably would have started feeling comfortable.
I see. Yeah, I'll follow that line of thought, Ted. And look, the only thing that I think will make things difficult for for BESTIA is the fact that LP, in moments where they have nothing to lose, I think that's where they're the most dangerous. I think we saw that against MIBR. They had the right mindset of, we're going to play our style, we're going to disrupt, we're in a unique position here to cause an upset. Let's do it again. The fact that they did well yesterday, I feel hurted them in this series because they built up expectations. It proved that they could play up against MIBR, and they got disappointed, quite frankly, not being able to win a lot of rounds in a row on their T side on Ancient. It got frustrating, and they were saying, why can't we play the way we did before? And I feel like it's an ending cycle. It is a mental game at the end of the day, but now knowing that they're one map down, brought down back to earth, now they can play relaxed. Now they can just focus on their gameplay, forget about what it means to go through these close qualifiers and get one foot in front of the other, focus down and do what they can one step at a time. Let's get into the action though, as it is the Dust 2 map to get things going for the second map of the series.
Could be LYP's last map of the tournament. They need a win here. Needs to show their best face possible. CT side start for the Brazilians. A little bit of veto. The majority of it in the hands of ZMB, but Happen Divine have some as well. So you're working with 2 smokes, 2 HEs, a bunch of flashes, no defuse kit. Allison's made a step, and that's been ordered by the T's. OTP coming in. Thomason, opening kill. Allison goes down.
Important kill. Yes, there's something himself in the right direction. Great HG onto the smoke, and has caused Hap to get a couple of picks. Now, they want to move into B, but the bomb's been left behind in no man's land. And HGs are continuously being nuisances. ZMB not quite tested, and finally is coming into the fight. Nacho also shut down with the flank. LYP, great response in the mid-round.
Yeah, it's just the util that makes all the difference, right? The fact that you've got that HE for the smoke on a pistol round, not a lot of teams will. And have had that nade into our CT spawn, opens it up, gets a double kill, drops the bomb right in front of the doors. It was a good opening kill coming out of Thomasin, but there are the taps from the USP. This is what makes all the difference, and Hab just going in with a crazy important multi-kill from the pistol itself. ZMB doing a good job as well, winning that fight against Thomasin. We've got a bit of a technical timeout. Can't really afford to overlook a team like LYP, let alone underestimate them. They've shown why yesterday against MIBR. Quite realistically, this is also why it could be a little bit frustrating if they end up losing, right? Because as of right now, LP, they were literally 1 kill away from beating MIBR yesterday, right? In a 2-0 fashion. So for them, it is very important to be able to, I guess, put up a fight again. For those of you that didn't watch that game, they won Ancient 13-7. And then the moment that things went into overtime on Mirage, they had a 3-0 half on the T side.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't close it out from 15-12 against MIBR.
It's been crazy, I think, for LYP. A lot of highs and lows. It'd be unfortunate if they go down so quickly after their performances. But this is how things go if you're not able to bring out a consistent form. Now, first blood goes to BESTIA. A decent setup for the CTs. 3 players around the safe side, and that's where BESTIA are debating to go.
A lot of damage done through the smoke. They're still able to drop one more. ZMB on the spam will find Nacho. And Boot is down to 37 as well, but Leo Monster has been tagged down too. And there is an M4 in the hands of Tomajan. Kasten has a scout. Another bullet through the smoke.
You can't make this up. There's just a smoke, and they're just exchanging bullets through it from long.
Gotta be careful with the scout. 5 HP.
Yeah. Goodness me, 50 seconds. Look at the movement coming in from Leo Monster all the way around the world. BESTIA aren't careful. This flank will be oh so important. LP with a clear idea what BESTIA are trying to go for. Out through the smoke or just divine timing. And indeed, Leo Monster's position is left unchecked and therefore should end up cleaning up for his team. Although he's taking the sweet time to cross. There goes the MB. And Tomajan now left in the 1v2. Sees a long player, sees a jumping player, ends up getting the headshot. Could potentially win it! Somehow Tomajan brings out a rabbit out of his hat. Brings the magic that's necessary for BESTIA to win.
ZMB just kept jumping. They flashed through. He kept jumping so many times. He knows that Tomajan is low on HP, but he's low himself. Look at that. He just gave him an opportunity, and Leo Monster, look at a headshot through the box. Tomajan plays it to perfection. Oh, and that's tough.
Give him an M4, give him a clutch. He will thrive.
They've even called for a tactical timeout on the back of Tomajan winning that. They're letting LYP sink.
Oh, boy.
They're like, yeah, we're going to let you think about that.
Oh. Nice.
God. That's a bit tough. Also, there's a little bit of lore when it comes down to these teams as well, right? In case you're already losing hope. The last time those two played against each other, obviously LP won, right? That was on the 31st of May. They did lose Mirage 13-2. Now, the difference is that we don't have a Mirage here. And Mirage was the map pick of BESTIA. Now LP have lost their own map pick. So context is important, but it's not like they've not been in a similar position, is what I'm trying to say, against the same team. That was the Bad Boom Circuit X Base Recife 2026 LAN happening in Recife, Brazil in May.
BESTIA making their intentions clear on the 50-second mark as EMB forced off the angle, but halting will add some questions to the mix. CT smoke. And the pivot into B. Flash to delay. No HE to break the smoke this time around. BESTIA can walk in here freely. The two players locked in toward door. Leo Monster left unchecked to get things going, but it's just a pick per player for that CT side defense as BESTIA continue their pursuit. One left behind. This is awkward. This is so damn awkward. But the chase continues for Buddha, not letting to settle on the side itself, not letting his opponent get a chance in the round as BESTIA end up with a dub.
It's a little bit all over the place from both sides, right? First, the flash goes in towards B, and both teams just running, looking at the right-hand side, completely tunnel-visioned on the window player, forgetting about the guy that could be right behind him and towards the car. Honestly, lucky that they were able to get the refrags in towards B. And then you see the whiffs out of the 5-7 in towards mid doors. They will get a little bit of time, right? But it doesn't really feel like LYP are as sharp as they were yesterday, purely individually. Sometimes you just need the right round. You just need something to snap. And unfortunately, the only thing that is snapping right now is their backs. Clean conversion. Only one player going down. That was Buddha. But he still did get a double kill. Cassin with a triple. BESTIA 3, 1 up. First buy round out for LYP. You've got the AWP in the hands of Divine and for everybody else. How do you want to approach this? The T's have a B spawn, and a very good one. Do they want to use it?
It's a good question.
They will.
Grouped up together. Flashes. Leo Monster gets both. Gets three, Leo! What a hold! Instantly puts a complete full stop to BESTIA's push.
No, looking on the left-hand side. No late flash as well. Leo Monster playing the anti-flash to perfection. Dodging the first one, turning around, gobbling them up. And you're finally seeing a response out of the CT side. Spamming through the smoke in desperation is Buddha, but there's nothing for you left in towards that B bomb side. A complete shutdown provided by Leo Monster. And I wonder if the player on the back of the side was spotted. I think that might have been the case. Maybe that's why they were so focused and no one turned around.
It's unfortunate for BESTIA for sure. But a good response that LYP definitely needed. Getting guns in and holding onto them.
It's such a sick spray out of Leo, by the way. It's so easy in that type of a situation to just get the double headshot onto the first guy and then just get messed up with some of the body shots. He did get the kills with body shots, but it felt like every single first bullet into a new person was a headshot. And then he just needed one body shot to finish it off. It was very, very satisfying.
Indeed. Not the end of the road for BESTIA. It doesn't cripple them economically. Well, they'll think twice before taking an approach like that again. Leo Monster coming alive. It's fight back from LYP. That's important. And they're looking to take this game by their own hands. No need to be reactive when you can be proactive. ZMB up first, but Cassin quickest to the headshot. And for that reason, it's first blood for BESTIA. Does Alisson overstay?
I think they realize there's going to be more aggressive players in towards middle because of that deep smoke. Alisson, he's already too far committed. Can't go back. Needs to stay and fight for his life. Tapping away. How is he still alive? Finally punished.
But these AWP shots from Divine, they're insane. 2 picks already. Cassin's all by himself. LYP overwhelmed with the mid push.
It was all the late flashes. Massive chaos in towards middle.
That's crazy.
No,
Those flashes truly were something else, and Allison being able to stay alive throughout it.
I mean, there was two players that were literally running right in front of him, but they were both fully blinded, and he was fully blinded, and no one could see the other.
Very true. How about it? So, this round's done, and LYP will be able to square things up. And even though the previous round didn't put Bestia on the back foot, this one definitely will. Only a single rifle held up to bite Cassin. A bit of a statement from LYP as well, that they're willing to play their own style again, throw curveballs that Bestia need to find solutions to in the mid-round.
I think that's the best approach that you can have in a situation like this, to be fair. If you are LYP, you already got completely dominated on your own map pick, right? That wasn't even close. So what's the worst thing that could realistically happen? What, you play Brave Counter-Strike and you lose on your opponent's map pick? That would be a lot more expected, right? It's much better than trying to play to not lose. At least they're playing to win right now. They're playing with conviction, trying to go all in. You gotta respect it. It's a good mentality to have. They're not simply willing to lean back and wait for Bestia to run away with the win. They want to go and die like true warriors. If that is to happen. And it might actually lead them to a recovery.
Natural tag down. You still have to respect these pistols. The one dig potential is still strong. LYP picking in through mid. Case in point with the one digs. Imagine thinking about when's the best time to push, and he hears Allison move away, but Leo Monster is on time to keep his teammate alive. Here's the bomb plant on the cards. Timo ends up being shut down. Nacho unable to convert a second kill. This will be all they'll be getting. LP, for the first time, other than the pistol round, are in the lead of this map.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a technical timeout. Thomas in disconnecting. Hopefully everything's going to be all right with him and he's going to be able to come back into the server for this game to proceed. Of course, we've got 2 more days left of the qualifier, and we can use the time to give everyone a bit of a heads up onto what's going on as well over the North American qualifier. We've got Energy and Voka in the upper bracket final. In the lower semifinals, we've got LAC playing against Sportsbet. This one is currently going in favor of Sportsbet. It's 11-3 on map 1. And in 2 hours' time, Marsborn is going to be taking Regain.
All right.
So yeah,
Stack lineup.
yeah, we've got a pretty similar way of distributing things here over South America, right? 8 teams, 1 team making it out. We already have the schedule for tomorrow as well. It's going to be MIBR Shinden and Fluxo against the winner of the series that we're watching right now. MIBR Shinden is going to be a good one. That's going to be the upper bracket final. Winner makes it into the grand final. Loser goes into the consolidation on Sunday.
Yeah, the qualifier for South America and North America look exactly the same in terms of format. It's the European one that was a little bit different. That's already concluded. They had 2 teams making it out. I think Aurora and Magic were the ones to make it through there. But enough of an update for us. It seems like this tech pause may last a little longer. So we'll throw this over to a break and we'll be back as soon as possible. All right. How about that for a short break, everybody? Didn't take too long. We're in for the action. It looks like Tomajan has been able to rejoin.
Yeah.
Another buy round on the cards as we get rock and rolling for round number 8.
Speaking of rock and roll, ATK, that's rock and roll, the rock and roll of the peripherals, so make sure you go and check them out. But yeah, we were playing a little bit of a prank on everyone. We didn't actually need the break. We just wanted to mess with you guys. Haha.
Fooled ya.
But we're back. We've got another buy round. Casts in on that scout. Molly in towards B. Nacho was looking for a little bit of a fight. He was in the mood for some trouble alongside Thomason. A bit of a slower default. Allison tried to block the smoke, couldn't do so, but he does have a gap in front. That's a very overpowered setup. 3 players in towards short. They're going to need a decent amount of Uto if they want to undo that. One Molotov's not going to cut it. NYP quite ready for a fight. Buddha's still able to get a kill. Honestly, that's impressive.
It truly is. Well, this Molly's keeping them back. Bestia have been delayed to kind of have a quick response on this, and LYP are throwing a curveball in the mix as well. Hap joining in on Catwalk. He's alone for now, but spotted. He's done quite a bit of damage. Ends up with a pick. But he can't really be satisfied with that. Allison wants more. Natro shutting down Devi's life. But Allison is super accurate. Won't be losing out on many 1v1s. Cassin in a very familiar position. Clutch. He knows his opponent isn't on site. The part will be safe. But what about after that?
He's going for the kill! That's mental! Cassin! No respect, no fear. Only bullets.
That's so smart. That's so smart. The only thing that everybody would have expected him to do is go for the part there, but he's got the information, realizes the last man standing is the B player. Expects him over ramp. And there you go. He's been in way too many clutches today to not end up winning one.
He's been doing a good job. You can see why he's the guy left in the clutches. Still, money's very low for both teams, though, so the teams need to be careful. And Cassin, from being the clutch hero in the previous, now being the entry in this one.
I wonder if Bestia want to pump up the pace here. That HE grenade is mostly avoided because Bestia pull the brakes. A very familiar smoke from round 1 is completely avoided. Bestia think it's best not to counteract it.
Thomason's got a good position. Leo's not seen him. Just clear him eventually. And he's not seeing anybody else in towards middle, but Nacho's already here. Smoke gives it away. Thing is, Leo's not spotted anyone, so as much as he's provided himself with a safe avenue back, he doesn't realize that the bomb was right in front of him.
That's fair. I wonder if the call there from LYP is more important to go for the upper tunnel control. It seems like that's the case for them for now. That's what they're trying to put pressure on.
Oh, Timo's gonna make it look like they just smoked once to try and bait out the reaction and they're gonna go late. He's got another smoke.
Here comes smoke number 2, 40 seconds. LP not falling for it. Oh, maybe they are. They see the second smoke, and they do indeed fall for it. And Leo Monster falls in front of their grasp, and now they realize this is where the push comes in. Molly, perfectly timed. That's going to deny Bestia's pace. Dink landing onto Nacho, but he holds onto his life importantly and ends up replying. Allison, so important to hold on his life here. And he's not quite checked. Finally seen. Cassin, great rotates. Understanding, and with that, the round is secured.
That was such a ballsy move out of Cassin, by the way. He had the opportunity to try and run in towards the B bomb side to try and help them to get the kill on Allison, but he was like, you know what, guys? I trust you. I believe in you. I know if I stay middle, if I cross towards the truck, you just have to get a refrag onto that second guy that we already know is in towards the B bomb side, and we're going to be able to pull it off. And they did buy it. That second smoke in towards CT spawn, that made him feel like it was going to be the late recommit in towards the A bomb side out of the T side. Everyone starts moving around. All of them get caught in very weird timings. Bestia out calling LYP. At least in this one. And again, it's Cassin to get the first one and the last. He's had a lot of impact in this series. Especially here on Dust 2. Bestia might get an opportunity to get a 6-4 lead on the T side. ZMB is the only one that's been able to hold on to his rifle. And Leo Monster might want to keep a lot of that money. Just to make sure that they've got enough to put Divine on an AWP in the next.
For the most part, the LP have been able to be quite disruptive. And now it's going to get increasingly difficult to have that effect. Decent boost. The flash permits the peak, and it's a double kill from the lower tons players. Allison, the bravado to go for a play like that, but damn respect for trying it, but that desperate measure will not have an effect.
Still 2 players around the mid doors. This could get a little bit tricky for Thomason. But it should be a pretty clean conversion.
Yeah, especially with the bomb now targeting it towards this A side. They're clearing a lot of space. No real resistance coming in. They'll soon realize that A site's clear.
Yeah, best case scenario,
round.
they get their hands on 1 gun and they save it for the next, right? But this is still going to be 6 rounds for Bestia. And there still might be a potential chance for 8 rounds on that T side. Let's not forget, this is Bestia's map pick and they're already 1 map up. So the closer they get to that number 13, the longer the road is going to look like to LYP.
He wants to keep him Bestia on their toes. But other than that, it's going to be cleaned up. Save them for Leo Monster, and it's better than nothing. After all, an eco round from LYP, and indeed lead extended for Bestia. They struggled at the start of this half, but now seem to be somewhat in control. And that control can be illustrated by taking it a step further. Nice attempt on the boost, but great util from Bestia at the start.
Yeah, they've been very cautious when it comes down to the protocols, very diligent with the way that they clear out a lot of these positions. And opening kills have looked very good for them, by the way. You're looking at 7 opening kills. Already. That's out of 10 rounds. So very few and far between have been the successful aggressive plays for LYP, at least when it comes down to the first fight. But now they've got
CT
the
smoke
money.
now may cause some alarm for LYP. They don't particularly have anyone near mid. Be the support short. No other noise created on the western side of the map. No reason to truly rotate. Fast forwarding Hap, switching up his position. Head up with a molly though. Hap is able to clean up. Allison, good angle. Tamajan not expecting his opponent to be there. Bestia being plucked apart one by one by various different members of LYP. Hap also aggressing outside of block. No! Knife out! It felt like he had the perfect position for an interruption. Buddha, does he have a way back in?
He shouldn't. It's a 1 versus 5, but it's all about the damage. It's all about the damage. He's on 51 HP, boys. That's a 1 versus 5 ace clutch for Buddha. Don't let him have it. That's too much.
Divine has an AWP, so the cross is near impossible for Buddha. That's exactly what it will be. So hold your horses. Nothing extraordinary here, but LYP answering back. It's decent.
These 3 kills are still concerning though, right? Considering how clean the start was. That should have been all 5 alive. The fact that Buddha is able to get a triple kill, making all of them reinvest, that's keeping the CT side economy low. Now, the issue with this, we're about to enter the final round of this first half, so it will remain in history as just a nice attempt out of Buddha. Allison's changed the camera angle, by the way, I've noticed. It was on the other side, yeah. We can't really see the bunk bed anymore.
Get to see a different side of his face. BESTIA. Struggling to get a hold over the round. Timo answering back in a 1v1 versus Hap. It's a very important pick to get. It's lured LYP to put pressure on that A side of things, but the
Look at
push
ZMB.
in mid seems the most disruptive.
He's in T-spawn. I mean,
God, they're never
Timo
gonna
should
expect
know.
this.
I think they know this is a possibility, and they're looking for him. Yeah,
Oh,
this
God.
is very smart. They're aware of this
Really?
timing.
ZMB still gets away with murder. Nacho says enough. Run straight at him. But they have to give up a lot of space to deal with it. No way. This is a second 1v1 by Timo in long that he wins. This time against a scoped in AWP.
Yep, missed shot. Divine is going to be kicking himself. A wide peek out of the Galil punishes. Low HP on Timo as well, but it doesn't make a difference. And Tomajan is opening in towards middle. What is this round? That's turned into a very funky situation, and they're even walking on the right-hand side of the smoke. There's no one here.
No. Allison was sort of hoping with the smoke that BESTIA would get spooked, run away like they did last time. But this time they commit. No one's home. So for the final round of the half, LYP have a retake scenario in their hands, lacking the numbers. Molly on the side, does that flush anyone out to the open? Not really. Timo barely surviving with 1 HP. It's ridiculous. Eventually goes down, but Leomaster has to give away his position to take him on. Allison, yet another nade. His nade presence has been great, but it's just 10 HP taken away from Nacho. 1v1 isolated to Martin. Will he be able to take this on? Allison has got a very difficult task on his hands. Cross onto the site, be toyed with all the way on to the here. So Margin can hear the commotion, knows Allison is nearby, and even though Allison will end up with the pick and be the last man standing, it will matter naught as BESTIA will end up winning the round by bomb explosion. 7-5, slight lead. Can it be maintained onto the next? Very close second map. Very close indeed is this second map. And 7-5 is the score for BESTIA. Slight lead for them. Ancient was a completely different story. It feels like if LYP get the ball rolling on the T side, things could get tough. Sure. Hap getting the first. BESTIA group up in Cat trying to take action, but they are completely subside long, just ignore it. Interesting. guess they didn't expect their opponents from long to push so quickly. It's the only way I can put it. Huh. Timo. Even on 12 HP, finds impact. Buddha cannot hold on though, so it's Timo's game here. LIP decide to push together. Timo has a corner to work with. Makes it competitive. Damn. All right, LYP. A very important pistol, and like you said, Ted, sets up the tone a little bit. Very quick. Leo Monster ending up with the first pick, but these pistols are singing. What is the response? Trying to catch up quickly. Allison doesn't want to overstay his welcome up on window. And with the bomb down, defensive stance is taken. And you can even see ZMB over in tunnels. Now this smoke is interesting. Blocks tunnel vision over from doors. Molly on window, main funnel Bestia into ZMB's hands. That's exactly what happens. They're sprayed upon, shut down, trampled over. LYP with a bit of a statement round number 2 of the half.
What you can also check out is the best PCs over at Lorgar. Lorgar ready to play. How long was I away from Pavlos? You could hear me all the time.
I could hear all the time.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oof, clean, very clean. And this looked even like a setup for Bestia on the B site. Had all the players around. Nevertheless, it only took 5-10 seconds to clean them all up. But here's the buy round for Bestia. Even though they started off the half with the lead, now they have to claim it back for themselves. Not going to be an easy one. StakeCod still believe that in this map, Bestia can still make it work. After all, Dust 2 is their bread and butter. But LYP are giving them a good run for their money. This really could go anywhere.
Big buy round. Allison taking all of that space very rapidly in Sorslow. We're 138. He's already climbing up Xbox. Showing no fear. They're getting ready for the late walk out of long. The AWP of Caston actually caught out of position. Dropped by Divine.
Oh, ooh, I thought... this is crazy. What is going on? BST are just getting deleted. Buddha needs to step up, but against 2, it's too damn difficult. Tamarjan seems to have a good idea of where Leo Monster is, but doesn't matter at all, because LYP winning on every single engagement.
It feels like something just flipped, right? They just started playing with so much conviction, so much speed, and now that they get to control the money game on the T side, they get to play a braver style of Counter-Strike. Things are working out much more better. Leo Monster, 15 and 10. Allison, 14 and 12. Hap on 12 kills. Divine on 13. ZMB is maybe slacking a little bit in comparison to all of his teammates, but he's still calling a great game. This is looking like a team effort for LYP. And Bestia might be struggling to close out their own map pick.
Definitely looks like it. Buddha with a hero M4. Molly to his feet, still gets some damage across.
Got a double.
It's insane how he got away with it. Still difficult for Bestia. The map has pretty much been split in 2. And with that, 2 defenders separated on each side.
The bomb is still top mid.
Brilliant entry for ZMB.
The bomb is top mid.
But BST don't know it either. The margin isn't looking. Allison may be in danger. And indeed gets run by. AK collected. Sure, the bomb is mid. But ZMB has lured the entire BST roster in his direction. He's shut down, and now Bestia scratching their heads.
Oh my
Where on
God.
earth is the bomb? They've just found it. Hop into the open. Sure might be able to get some damage, but Nacho runs directly at him. Bestia with the upset.
That's insane. What a round that is out of Tomajan. And that was so weird. Two players walking onto the bomb side. The bomb still dropped in towards top middle. They didn't really know what to do. They never recovered it after that initial kill out of Buddha. That was such a good find out of ZMB. But look at Tomajan. Not even stopping. He's just running around, shooting people in the head. And just when it felt like LYP were establishing some level of control over this game, just when it felt like they could get that 10-8 lead, Bestia respond back with a half buy. And Tomajan having to disconnect, unfortunately. So we're going to slow things down for a second. Gonna give us a little bit of time. I'm gonna ask you a question, Pablo. It's a very private question. What did you have for dinner today?
What did I have for dinner today? I had a dish called macaroni de forno, which is basically pasta in the oven.
Yeah. We actually call it the same in Bulgarian, which is very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. But did you have them? You had them sweet, right? Because we have them
Sweet.
Yeah, we make them sweet here.
No, savory.
Okay.
It's pasta with mincemeat
Oh,
and
with
bechamel on top.
Oh, okay. No, we have the same.
It's brilliant.
We have the same name for something, but it's a different thing. It's macaroni with it's pasta with feta cheese, with butter, with sugar, with all of these things.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That sounds
you
interesting.
put it
no,
in
I've
the
never
oven.
had that.
Yeah.
What did you have for dinner?
And you put some milk on top, and yeah, it's good. Well, rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken. Basic. Tasty though.
Yeah.
Healthy. You weren't too pleased about that. You're like,
Yeah.
it was
No,
something.
not really
That's okay.
tasty. Healthy. Yeah, sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What did you
Put
guys
some
have
spices
for
on the
dinner?
chicken, man. It'll get interesting.
Well, yeah, I am getting the chicken from a local grill nearby, so I'm not.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so we just got some information that apparently Tomasz has got some issues with his PC, folks. So unfortunately, we do have to send this one into a little bit of a pause. Hopefully, everything's going to be all right, and we're going to be able to resume with the game ASAP. But for now, we're sending this one into a break. Don't go anywhere. We might be right back any moment.
All right, tech pause over. We can get going once again. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for your patience. As it seems Tomajin has rejoined the server after experiencing a few PC issues. I think a restart may have gotten us back. I do say this, but we've paused once again. No, there we go, unpaused. Drama over. How do you feel about this one, Ted? It's a close game.
Yeah, I just, well, hopefully there's not going to be a lot more technical issues, right? Because this is the one sure thing that could distract some of the players, but thankfully we haven't had a lot of these. I feel like BESTIA were in a position where they were letting go of what was going on, but obviously before the break they were able to pick up a bit of a half buy, so now things might have changed a little bit. 80k gear, the giveaway, go and sign up. Click on the banner below the stream to find out how to be part of it. But yeah, I felt like LYP were running away with us, so I'm not gonna lie to you. It probably should have been a 10-7 lead, but now it's a 9-8, so everything's turned around. The CTs might still have an opportunity to close this one out in 2. As LYP once again taking things slow. A bit of a default. Re-clearing middle later on with that mid smoke in there. We've got a triple setup in towards short for BESTIA. They have let go of middle. They've just got one player in towards B checking periodically for a timing. That's going to be Nacho. LYP. They are slowly moving back in towards that B bomb side. Question is, how much presence do you want to show in towards mid? Are you going to be able to take the attention away? You've got Tomajin and Nacho both ready to welcome you. And Tomajin's got a Molotov.
Spotting out early.
They've smoked them off on
really
B.
Want to overcommit. This is interesting indeed. LYP committing to the full B hit. Tomajin knows of this. But Allison instantly rips him off the face of the earth. And with that, Nacho goes down. Surely this is the guarantee. Nothing much else is needed. Sure, ZMB gets shut down on rotation, but there's no entering back into the B site fortress.
It just felt like they misread the situation, right? You had the double push in towards short. You saw one player. And then, I guess, you just thought there would be more people out of middle. It felt like there wasn't a clear communication flow between the B players and the guys on short, right? Because the guys on short must have known that there's no one out of middle. You just heard one person, you saw the util, but you saw that there was nothing else. And then you had both Tomajin and Nacho on the B bomb side, both of them just leaving to try and regroup and fight middle. And then Tomajin was holding the line, waiting for a peek. That one never came, so he wanted to go a little bit deeper, and then the timing came through. That was a little bit unfortunate. Both the B players falling down without a single kill. LYP will get their 10th round in the end. Now, because of the saved weaponry, BESTIA can go for another reinvestment, but a second tactical timeout is in place. This could still go all the way to a third map.
LYP are definitely leaning in that direction, and it would be quite the upset to take Dust 2 away from BESTIA. This is a trustworthy map that BESTIA have had. Been undefeated on it so far this month. Played it quite a few times, 7 in total, or 6. Either way. They're not ones to fall easy on a map like Dust 2, but another investment coming in. LYP is such a difficult team to deal with. As the T side, they just get in your face, can, from a moment's notice, collapse onto a site. It's really hard to fend off their style. BST adapt on time off the back of that timeout.
Cassin looking for the break of the smoke. Flash is good to force him out of position. He needs to be careful for that quick walk out middle, but LYP have taken all of that space into towards short instead. Do they want to commit?
Ooh.
All right.
But it doesn't believe what he saw. He got quite confused with that one. But the rest of LYP looking to move into mid. Not even smoking CT as Divine wants to take that fight to them with the AWP. The actual smoke comes on the other side of the connector drop. Tomajin ends up falling. And with that, it's a 2 versus 2. Bomb in the middle of the map. No decision made just yet. You've got to adapt mid-round.
Just doesn't realize that they're going up short. Soon enough, he'll start hearing them. And he was very loud and proud about the way that he was going down. He's climbing on top of the box. This is a massive risk, but he's going to claim both of them. That's such a crazy play out of Cassin. But it does work out, and Bestia stay alive.
It's so clutch as well. LYP did a couple of unpredictable moves throughout that mid-round. You have to stay diligent throughout it. Buddha gets surprised at the start. Then you have the deep smoke instead of the traditional mid to B smoke. Then you've got to deal with them mid-round rotation. And Cassin not only steps up to the plate, but completely obliterates that attempt from LYP. What an insane round.
It's mental that he's got the balls to climb on top of the box like that. Leo Monsters drop Buddha. Early opening kill, that wasn't towards long. It was just a straight up peek for a couple of bullets. Try and get that opener. Now they might be lining up to go out late. Cassin is here with that AWP though, and look at the push in towards B. Nacho's cleared out the B tunnels. They know this is going to be an A round. Can Cassin hit the shot?
He can. And down goes Hat. Smoke, this should stop the movement. But they're not going to stop at all. They want to rush right past it. Teamwork to punish, bomb into the ground. But a minute on the clock, and it's still a 2v2 with Allison rotating in from CT.
Does
Can
Thomas
this be read by Samajin? Hasn't got a clue.
Does Divine turn around? That's the question.
Oh my god, it's a flank on a flank. Bomb now is closer to Allison. But does he expect Nacho to just leave? Surely he must have figured it out by now.
Nacho's going CT spawn though. This is a great plan. If Allison wants to go back, he might catch him on the cross.
Ooh, risky. Very risky. Full focus on both players. Molly to give Allison just a bit more space. Sentry counteracted. The push is on, but Nacho gets the headshot. Such an important clutch. Bestia would have lost that. It would have been a completely different story, but with Bestia winning it, now that they have found equilibrium and anything could be the outcome of this map.
These rounds are so chaotic. Opening kill coming out of Leo Monster. Cassin gets one, stays around, gets punished. They just jumped through the smoke thinking it was going to be clear. One player had an 8 out. And it comes down to Nacho. All of these around the world rotations, all of these different avenues of attack. Does make it work though in the stake map winner prediction now favoring Bestia. We're leveled up 10 apiece, and Bestia are 3 rounds away from eliminating LYP. $35 bonus over at stake. Make sure you go and take care of that. Try and take advantage. It's a weekly as well. Just click the banner below the stream. LYP. They're clicking on the force buy button. Not a single AK. Triple Galil, double tech 9. Limited Yuto.
Right. LYP looking for this mid break. Smoke to come in, but LYP are not ones to smoke. To stop with smokes. Buddha not quite having his crosshair at headshot level. Confused by all this movement. His flashes can be overwhelming, but Nacho has a smoke to hide within. Wait a second. This is B-site access.
Low on HP though, and look at the flank. Teemo's going around the world. Allison's heard the steps. Teemo's being very loud about this.
So Allison will be prepared, but you need Cassin to avert the gaze. Injury doesn't do too much.
That's a massive molly though. So now Teemo doesn't need to be worried about that position. He can hard clear Allison.
Oh, the flash. Allison tries to jump the gun. Realized his position was compromised. Leo Monster though will run out of bullets. A perfect sequence from the Bestia boys. So many clutch are required, but finally getting the lead back for themselves.
That's actually a very smart way to use the incendiary, by the way. You say it didn't do too much. What it does is allows Teemo to be fully relaxed when he's going out of the tunnels, right? He can be very sequential with the kills and the checks. And there was a follow-up flash as well to set him up for the first one. The headshot angle in towards the last box is the trickiest one when you're coming out of tunnels, right? When you know that's clear for sure, then you can focus on everything else. That allows him to get that kill. A lovely approach into the retake. Great work coming out of the AWP of Cassin as well. LYP coming close, but no cigar. Another buy coming up. Once again, you don't have the most optimal purchase, but you are forced to keep on going all in. You're in no position to call off a purchase here. You're in no position to play a half buy, allow BESTIA to get up to 12 for free. And you know the CT side economy is in a pretty tough state as well, so you win one, game's on.
Ooh, great entry for Hap. Buddha gets caught behind the smoke.
That's 3 rounds in a row now, by the way, that Buddha's just died straight away, but they won the last 2.
Risky from Tamarjan, realizes his presence and gets out of dodge. Thing is, does he realize to what extent LYP are here?
They've actually left.
They've left. Really? Tamarjan will figure that out. Leo Monster takes him down, but no adaptation. Full mid control for BESTIA. That's what they try to achieve. And with Nacho moving in on Sarnals, we'll only see the one play here. Timo, seeing the long cross, is giving away the idea. The bomb is allowed to push through. BESTIA's times to clutch are over as LYP are just have a way too dominant performance. And all the necessary steps are taken as well. Molly to
do they give this
shoot
a go?
away.
Now I wonder. This is a 2 versus 3. Nacho's picked up a double kill. They don't really have a lot of money, but they do have a defuse kit. I think they are.
Okay.
And Alison's pushing long
to get some more space.
He's very isolated from this.
But the longer the fight takes to actualize, more time Allison has to get into the backline, and Cassim won't have a clue. Knife out and shut down. No rifles taken to the next, and an AWP saved for LYP to equalize the score at the same time.
And now that's put the game in a very, very interesting spot. If you're a bestie, you probably need to go all in, but your all in is not going to be a pretty all in. You've got enough money to put Cassin on an AWP, Buddha on a rifle, and he can't even go for the M4 because he wants to have a little bit of Uto. And you've got 2 pistols and an MP9. Now, Buddha's been going down on minute 45, 3 rounds in a row. They need to hold on to the lives of their players.
This time, no overstepping. LYP, very decisive with the control they've gotten so far in mid. If you're BESTIA, best chances by grouping your players together. And a lot of emphasis is placed on B, and hoping Cassin can keep the fort of A under control. Just a single flash and smoke. BESTIA aren't fully falling for it just yet. One spotted. They don't realize that's the AWP yet, do they?
They've just seen a player jiggling, right? But they do have a couple of flashes. They should use them.
Yes, they're on rotation. They're nearby, but this is going to be awkward because LYP has the high ground. Focus 30 for LYP. Allison gets the pick, and Cassin can't answer back on time. If you're BESTIA, you're probably giving them this one. You need as best as a chance to come back. But with Tamarjan getting 1 pick and Timo potentially being confronted in mid, is there an opportunity presented? Doesn't look like it.
All right.
This is expensive.
They don't have a defuse kit though, right? So this is them just locking in the T's. It's such a weird round because Leo Monster somehow missed everyone, and he was behind so many people throughout this round.
Timo is surrounded.
Ooh.
But not going out without a fight. And a potential AK upgrade to one of his teammates. Yep. A gun collected by Nacho. So better equipped getting out of that round than getting into it are BESTIA. But LYP on map point for Dust 2.
Do we go all the way? Do we go in towards a nuke? LYP. What a rough game that's been. They're one away from forcing a third map. Bestia double, MP9. 5-7, and Buddha, a lucky man to be alive. A wayward opportunity by Divine.
So one of the downsides of Bestia the past year was the early casualties. This time, not the case. But LYP are making moves all across the map.
Ooh, Timo's not burning. That's interesting.
They can stay there.
Yeah, he's going to have a good timing to even push after this, right? If they're mulling along like this, maybe you want to wait it out. Either fall back and play the 5v4 or start going forward. Caston's still on A with that AWP and towards short. LAP have lost Hap. Where do they want to end?
Doesn't want to risk it.
Leo's going B alone. Is he walking out?
It's a patience game. The M4 isn't picked up, right?
He's dead.
But he gets 2 down with them. It's a crazy value game from Leo Monster. Timo is alerted by the shadow, but the fight for short continues. 29 seconds and you've got 2 of your best men on the job, Allison and Divine. The first of which does not last more than a second.
This is OT, surely. 15 seconds on the clock. Divine's got the bomb on his back, but this is going to be such a difficult clutch. He's got an AWP and a rifle to be worried about in towards long. First shot misses. 6 seconds. Doesn't have the time for the plant anymore. Shot connects, but doesn't get the kill. Bestia force extra time on Dust 2.
Oh boy, such a close game. And I feel like this is the only place the game could have gone, right? So many back and forths. And especially on the second half, it really feels like they've been training round by round. In this particular round, I felt like LYP may have spread themselves out too thin, right? I feel like they were trying to open up many fronts at the same time, not fully committed in each one of them. A bit too risky, right? If you end up getting picks, that's fine. But that didn't end up happening, and Bestia were able to get ahead of the curve. Oof. Nasty flick from Divine. And that's LYP back at getting first blood.
The play is going to happen in towards B, though. Thomason going to get tested any moment now. They still have that AWP of Caston up close. Thomason with the spam, able to get the kill onto Leo Monster. That's a good start. The bomb is far away. They can't really commit to try and get that refrag onto Thomason, and he keeps spamming in. Still got to be careful.
There's a molly. That'll delay LYP. Head up with the smoke. Spray. Oh, ZMB and Allison were ready for it. Needs to hurt a little bit. Budo will need help. One walking out. ZMB! How does he get that pick first? How does he can land the headshot so quickly? It's given them the round. It's given them the sight. It's enough.
Yeah, that was a little bit... I mean, that was a great turnaround out of ZMB. But you can ask Buddha what he thinks about that one.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to tell you. He's not going to really want to speak about it. That was... yeah, that was rough. That was very rough. Felt like a good defense out of Bestia, but then Thomason couldn't find the connection to get a kill peak right before the smoke opens up, and Buddha put himself in a great position, just couldn't get the shot.
Terrorists win.
Importantly, the AWP survives for Bestia. They end up losing 2 rounds consecutive and having to rebuy that. Doesn't end up working. Timeout used. Bestia trying to maximize as much as they can at the start of overtime. It's not been an easy game. NYP is so damn difficult to deal with on this attack.
And it's been a little bit rough for BESTIA in the last couple of rounds. They were able to force OT, but all in all, it feels like energy levels are pretty low. You're seeing some small little minute details that are lacking, right?
Sure.
Some micro mistakes, some moments when timings are getting missed. They've had some issues when it comes down to the opening kills as well. Buddha gonna get tested in towards long very early. Allison has made his way out, but there goes Buddha. That's much more like it. An opening kill for the IGL.
Ooh, Cassin as well gets tested. No flash available for Leo Monster. So he ends up falling, and that's 2 picks to the good as LYP try to transition into mid they go. And Cassin's moved over once again. But this time, he's got friends. Slowly but surely, they take over the server. No stragglers remain.
Yeah, they just tried to go all in, right? The moment that you see these rifles fighting in towards long, you're thinking, okay, they've started 3 long. There's going to be a gap on short, but this is what Cassin was waiting for. He knew that they were trying to take these gaps in towards short later on. So he just posted himself straight away. He was anticipating that run up. Instant drop down CT. Lovely triple out of Cassin. In a clean round out of BESTIA to level things up. Shout out Lorgar, our official PC partner. Go and check them out over at www.lorgar.com. Or just click the banner below the stream, much easier.
A little bit more quiet this time around, but Cassin starting to get confident. Feels like that's what's been missing. Cassin on an AWP.
He's had a couple of very big rounds. And it's just the opening picks as well, right? Buddha had a couple of consecutive moments where he would just get shut down. Just like that. Towards the end of regulation. Yeah, it's been a tough couple of rounds for the IGO. Cassin's here, though.
Cassin's really carrying LYP on BESTIA on his back right now. Now is requiring a little bit more help. A short being tested. Nacho, indeed, taking down Leo Monster, turning around to do even more. Molly is an issue. But Hap in the 1v2. At least that's what the bomb plant. This is doable, especially when they line up! What a spray by Hap to put LYP on 14!
What a moment to step it up. A 1 versus 3 clutch. The first kill wasn't even him. It was just a Molotov. And the player walking inside of it, BESTIA felt like they did enough. What a 1-tap out of Leo Monster. But look at Cassin. He's been putting so much effort. Nacho with a double kill, turning around. And Hap, they didn't even wait for him to tap the bomb. They just wanted to go for the double peek, provided him with an opportunity, and he obliged.
Oh boy, and this is all interrupted by a bit of a tech pause. Don't want to slow down the pace like this, do you, LYP, when you're running so hot? What is that from Hap? It felt like everything was done correctly from BESTIA. Especially from Cassin. Yeah, Buddha can't believe it. He's had a rough few rounds at the end. This map has truly become quite difficult. Completely different story to the first one, right? Ancient was fairly straightforward for BESTIA.
It's kind of like their trademark, isn't it? That's the BESTIA classic. They love a good old overtime. Yesterday against Galoris, we had an OT on Ancient, a triple overtime, I believe, or even a quad overtime on Cash, and then a 13-11 on Dust 2. They do love a dramatic ending, BESTIA. We can give them that. They've been part of some of the most exhausting maps of Counter-Strike we've had in this entire close qualifier. But they somehow keep surviving. They keep persevering. Can they do it again against LYP? That's the big question.
What's the next step? I'm left fairly behind here for Bestia, so it feels like these introductory positions are interim. You don't allow a lot of long control for free. And now I've placed Cass in pit. This has created a lot of interesting decision points. Bomb collected. Silence on the map. Smoke resurfaced.
That's a bit weird. They've not shown presence anywhere, and on 30 seconds they're grouping up in towards long behind a smoke, and they will have to go through this.
LYP starting to move away though, so this might be the best timing for Bestia. If they dry peek this and don't make any noise, could be left unwatched. But the smoke and
late.
molly does come through.
They need to go.
17 seconds. They can't afford to drop any players here. The sprays do come through. No HEs remaining. So, but Divine, given he's got the line of fire, will be able to deny any sort of plant. In they go, and they get completely obliterated. Turn to mulch. LYP in absolute control.
And Casting goes down after a time as well. He's barely got any money. Sure, he's going to receive a drop, but that was a very shy round out of Bestia. You don't show a lot of presence around the map. You don't bait out any of the CT side Yuto, and then on 15 seconds you're trying to run onto the bomb side from long with no flanks, no nothing. It kind of feels like they wanted to walk onto the bomb side and hope that the round was going to get given to them by LYP. Incendiaries, HE spams coming out. And yeah, Buddha's definitely not happy with how things went in the previous one. Bestia have lost a couple of rounds that they probably could have gotten a little bit more out of. And LYP keep on punishing, so efficient.
Yeah, you can't ever feel that something's lacking for Bestia right now. Decisiveness perhaps is one of them. You know, things are not rolling like clockwork, like they were in Ancient. The shaky Bestia has resurfaced and reappeared. But for LYP, it's been clean, right? Good reads, good responses, good protocols. This is why we were impressed by them earlier this tournament. Postured for a B push. With careful attention given to mid. Never mind.
A lot of them are jumping over towards short, right? And all of this is being heard by Divine. Yeah, he's heard 3 people jump from lower in towards the left-hand side.
Here comes the execute, 50 seconds in. The flash enables Buddha's entry onto Allison. ZMB closes in on ramp, and he does have reinforcements with the likes of Hap. He'll peek out with a flash. It's perfect. Ends up with a double. Buddha counteracts it. This is so cutthroat because LYP responded so quickly. They're closing in, but Nacho creates an alternative line of fire, giving some breathing space to Bestia.
A massive play out of the long player. Without Nacho, that could have been a little bit more scrappy, but that one kill allows him to get that extra space. And Buddha, again, good work on the openings out of the IGL. CT side was a little bit rough around the edges, but on the T side, it feels like he's coming back to his senses. Bestia staying alive. Leo Monster knows that this round is out of reach, so this is 15-14. Bestia still in a position where they could try and take this into double OT.
There is the opportunity.
That was
Oh, that
terrifying.
flash from Hap.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
terrifying. ZMB was so close to getting all three of them. The last player that got the kill on him was on low HP as well.
Fine margins, dude.
Yeah.
Real close game.
Millimeters away from a disaster.
Still losable. Very losable. For both sides.
I mean, inevitably one of them will.
Yeah, that's how games go.
Yeah. Unless we're stuck in an infinite loop of overtimes.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. 100 rounds to 100 rounds.
Ready to break records?
No?
Snitchy onto Buddha. And the claw. Yeah. Bestia have been a bit clunky with their movements and now moving into catwalk. Will this position be checked? Allison with first blood. ZMB comes out of the shadows, but you can't easily win that fight. Timo, a very important 1v1 in mid. And now the map is wide open. B-site seems to be the
big
target.
kill.
Nacho running right after Leo Monster, and that opens up the fortress for themselves. That should be the win, surely. Divine needs an absolute monstrous no-scope to keep things going, but Bestia come alive at the very end when it's most needed.
Yeah, all of these rounds are just straight up crazy. Borderline carnage. Look at that. Buddha going down to a fully blinded Divine. You get a 2-for-1. Timo's running down middle, getting a kill. Nacho gets the one onto Leo Monster, who was blinded. And Timo just closes it out with a triple. Cassin's had enough. Lou break. And this game keeps going. A Bestia overtime. Name a better classic. Name a bigger classic. It's always the case with these guys. They love it. They absolutely adore an OT affair. This bottle looks so huge because of the camera angle.
It's a water bottle.
It looks like
water bottle.
the bottle is its own person and is just sat right beside Divine and watching the game.
It's a bottle of water. Ah!
Oh no. Why was that? Why did that sound like you just got a, I don't know, you just had some electricity go through your body?
No,
It's literally
that
like
wasn't my intention.
it's literally
My
like an
intention was to
electric
be
shock
like, I'm
hit you.
scared of the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what I'd sound
Look
like
at
if
that.
I'm hit by electric shock. Water bottle. Can you guys tell it's nearly 3 a.m. for us?
Human observed.
Ooh.
Report to
Okay.
other water bottles.
What a world would that be? So, another set of overtime rounds begins. And this is for elimination. LYP have had such a stellar tournament. They wouldn't want to let it go right here. Timo with first blood. B-site cleared out. Allison, the biggest change maker of the tournament for them, finds a headshot and might want to continue to be a menace.
That's a big kill. That provides him with an opportunity to get back into the round. Timo gets dropped. Bomb's gonna get planted, but a 4v4 retake, as much as it could be a difficult one to pull off, it's not impossible.
Definitely not. But you might need to wait for Hap to join in. He's very far away and could run things late. Brilliant timing on the molly. That's exactly when it looked like ZMB wanted to get on window. Damage across the smoke. But HP bars are going low everywhere. Allison connects once again. How does he keep getting away with this? Buddha, he sees his opponent, but enough time is given for ZMB to counteract it. Divine shows him who is boss, and LYP might just get the defuse just on time, and that's exactly what they do.
How have they pulled this one off? Allison's just getting kills through the smoke. Divine does the same. Bestia get bested after getting a free entry onto the B-bomb side. That's probably the miracle, the dream that they were hoping for. They just run through the util, get a free opener, but then they get shut down, and Allison's bringing in all of that impact once again.
It's mad what this guy's done for his team. It's crazy. The picks out of nowhere. And then, sure, you might want to, if you're Bestia, you want to be hurting yourself after missing some of these situations. But finally, Timo taking things to his own hands. Matters within his own control. This time they don't commit to A, though, after the picks. They want to go to B. And it's a dry pick to put Leo Monster having a nap with the other monsters. This should be a secure one this time. Sure, it was a 4v4 difficulty earlier, but Allison, come on. Surely not. He's always a dangerous bugger. But Bestia have an answer, and this time we'll square things up.
One thing that Allison is very good at doing is punishing. I don't want to call them small mistakes, but whenever there's a micro mistake, an individual one made on the other side, he's there ready to punish, right? He's a very serviceable player. He's the type of a guy that seems to realize how things should be done on paper, and if the people on the other side of the server don't do things on paper, well, then he's there, ready with an axe to just chop their heads off. Yeah, no unforced errors this time around. They will make sure to hold on to the double AK, which is good for the CT side. They can still get that AWP in the hands of Divine, but you're going to have the double one-shot kill shot potential. Double AWP setup as well. Leo Monster is bringing out that secondary big green.
Is it too late to say we have a game on our hands?
I think we've had it in a very long time.
We've had 2 games on our hands.
Yeah. We've been having a game on our hands for the last couple of hours.
Okay.
Astute observation.
See, I'm an observing guy.
Yeah. That's kind of what we do.
Observe and talk about it.
Yeah. Hap.
Handsome though on health. Hap also struggling. Shut down by Timo. Timo in overtime has very much stepped up.
Yeah, he really has. Had a couple of very weird moments throughout regulation, but it feels like he's getting a kill or two every single time now, every single round. Casson going to fall back. They still have left Nacho in towards lower tunnel, so this is going to be a group of playing towards long with one player in lower, but this is much different the last time around. You've got much more utility and opening kill, and Allison's low, and you do have Nacho coming in from short side.
Smoke falling. They've thrown the smoke as a fake a lot of times, so it's a bit of conditioning as well that LYP are not quite sure if this is a complete takeover. Instead, it's 2 players running down Cat, and Nacho's just playing the quiet game in mid.
Big kill.
This time, catches the right timing at Allison. Divine turns the favor.
Ooh.
But these mollies are doing quite a bit. Nacho in lower. What a
He's just
nuisance.
staying alive.
And him by just being here is going to cause problems for LYP.
Look
Going
at
on towards
Casson.
B. Oh my word. He's got the right idea of where to expect his opponents from, and lands onto Divine. Knows he doesn't need to swing it anymore. He's done his job. Yeah, this one's done. Even though Leo Monster had a chance to get another frag there, it does not actualize. And Bestia are able to get the lead after a very long time.
Great work coming out of Timo, and these guys have really stepped up in overtime here on the T side. Look at that opening kill out of Timo. Takes so much space. Nacho doing God's work in towards middle as well. Getting the kill. Molly, nade, staying alive. Just by being a nuisance, he secures them the round. Bestia have gotten 2 rounds now. Another bonus tactical timeout for LYP. Of course, you're getting another reload for both teams the moment that we get into a new set of overtimes. So at least they get to discuss things and try and rally the troops. And BESTIA get another OT win. They've been in a similar position before. They were in the same position yesterday. But it was fighting for survival and cash, and they were able to close it out in a 22-19 fashion against Galores. Now is to put an end to it. Close it out in a 2-0 fashion and eliminate NYP, and you're just 2 rounds away. Can Allison be the hero once again?
Temo is left though to his own devices in long. He can always decide to push it out of there, which is the dangerous part. He's never really chosen to do so this game. Pressure exerted in mid and short. Guess they're not willing to challenge for this location. Mid smoke, Allison walks forwards and gets taken down instantly. That's a big player to take off the server.
Nacho's got a kill as well. The B defense has to stand tall. Timo's found another one. Nacho goes huge. Thomas in with another, and they're just getting peppered. The mid to B split doesn't work out. It's Thomas and Nacho and Timo in quick unison to get that 5-piece as BESTIA get 2 map matches series points.
It's crazy how much impact Timo's had here. Tamarjan as well, doing a brilliant job. What a standout performance coming in for that B-site hold, and it's not even close this time. If you're LYP, this really hurts. It's not impossible to get 2 rounds consecutive. They've been pretty decent on the T side. But this is the first time BESTIA have been the ones to threaten the map win. And this isn't just map win, this is for the series win. Tamarjan's first blood, there's a quick counteraction. LYP are trying to do what they know how to do best, and that is just run their opponents down.
Another molly. They can't go for the refrag, and now they've been smoked off. Nacho's just blocked him perfectly. Tamarjan needed that 1 kill, and Nacho was there to hold on. He's on 27 and 21.
They've been denied the space. They've been denied the pace as well. And for that reason, they need to be creative in the mid-round. They're lacking the players. They've only got a single flash, a single smoke. This is not going to be easy.
They've been denied so many possibilities. This is the best chance BESTIA is going to get to take this game and close it out. A 4 versus 3. The T's have barely any util left. You've doubled up and doubled down into war short, and this is what you need. Even if they take long space, you're going to hear them every step of the way. Spam being very loud and proud about it. That was an opportunity. Divine could have punished Nacho in towards middle, but he misses the shot. And they are going up short.
Comprised of moments. The winning team usually is the one that
going down mid
of them all.
This is audible.
This is perfect for Timo and Buddha, because no one will check behind it from now on. 2 laser focus, and it's a shooting gallery for Timo to exploit, continuing his presence in overtime. Divine's location telegraphed. BST will not budge, will not give him a fight, or maybe they will. 10 seconds on the clock, and the job is done. BESTIA nearly get bested, but they hold on, they stay strong, and they knock their opponents out of the competition.
And in true BESTIA fashion, they close it out in double overtime. These guys have played so many of these very close maps, right? They had an overtime in the game against Imperial and Dust 2. Yesterday against Galores, they played an OT on Ancient. They played a triple overtime on Cash. And today, they once again play a double overtime on Dust 2. They've had an overtime in every single series they played so far in the qualifier, but they do stay alive, and they close it out. In big portion, I want to say thanks to everyone, because everyone was stepping in towards the end. Nacho was all in all great, Cassin as well. Timo had a very impressive awakening towards the end, but BESTIA somehow are able to close this one out in a 2-0 fashion, staying alive. They keep on fighting.
But they do, indeed. We'll see some of these stats as well. Brilliant shooting coming in from Divine and Leo Monster to keep things going for their squad. Allison as well, he's been left out of this score sheet. He's been the impact fragger, I'd say, and throughout the tournament, one of the positives I think we've been able to spot out from them. Wasn't quite enough, but Budo's 7 opening kills says something. He went quiet towards the end of the game. I feel like there's a bit of criticism that you could have on that end, but he's had his highlight moments. I think you could give it all to BESTIA. It's been a team effort throughout. It was a difficult game. LYP got BESTIA to try really hard for that one. They had to dig 6 feet to get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, obviously, we have to say a couple of words for LP and their performance throughout the event, because that was their last series. Now, unfortunately, they're already out of the close qualifier. Yeah. I think they were one of the pleasant surprises of this entire thing, right? With their performance against the Bounty Hunters in the first series, they were very difficult to put down. We still remember how they lost the first map 13-5, and then we thought, well, this team is just going to be a punching bag, right? But then they turn everything around. On the second map, the third map, they send Bounty Hunters to their death in the lower bracket. And even against MIBR, it's almost a little bit of a shame because they were literally with 3 map and match and series points against MIBR. Yeah. They were 1 kill away from sending MIBR down into the elimination bracket and having a spot into the upper bracket final. So LP, they played an event that they should be happy with, considering the, I guess, lack of international experience on a lot of these players. They made MIBR sweat a lot. They made BESTIA sweat a lot. And unfortunately, now we're out of the event, but we're definitely one of the most exciting teams. And with that, Pavlos, we're just left with 4. We've got MIBR and Shinden, Fluxo and BESTIA. One of these 4 teams will be making it into the main event.
Yeah, these are 2 games that we'll be seeing tomorrow. MIBR and Shinden to fight for the final, the first final spots, and Fluxo and BESTIA to see how much they can remain in the tournament, right? The loser of MIBR and BESTIA, of course, will have to play against the winner of the other match and vice versa, and that all will come to shove on Sunday, where we'll be deciding who is the South American representative of the Star Ladder close qualifiers, folks. This has been an exciting day. This has been an enormous day, actually. And, you know, I'm pretty much surprised by the performance of these teams today and how close the competition has been. But, folks, again, thank you very much for tuning in to the broadcast. More action to follow in the next couple of days. So make sure you keep an eye on the stream, and we'll see you again tomorrow.